Hi, boys and girls. Today is Thursday, October 8th of 2020, and I'm not here today, so math today is going to be recorded. That means that I'm going to make this video for you to watch, and I want you to follow along and do the activities that I show you. We are going to work on story problems today. Story problems are a couple of sentences that tell us about something in math, and we have to figure out what to do to solve the problem. Here's our first story problem. We need to read it, and we need to think about it, and be sure we understand what the question is, what it's asking us to do. In a fish tank, there are 9 small fish and 6 large fish. How many fish are in the tank? So I like to start by thinking, okay, here's a fish tank. Here's a fish tank, and I know that in the fish tank there are 9 small fish. I don't even have to draw fish if I don't want to. I could just draw some squares. There are 9 small fish, and there are 6 large fish. So see, I'm drawing these a little bit larger. Oops, I drew one too many. Now the question that it's asking us is, how many fish are in the tank? So I would have to take all of these and put them in the tank, and all of these and put them in the tank. So do I need to add or subtract? Well, what this problem, I'm going to move that information over. If I make a part whole, we know that one part are the 9 small fish. We know that the other part are the 6 large fish. So when I know my 2 parts, I know from my fact families that I need to add to get the total. So the answer would be, how many fish are in the tank? 15 fish. Here is another story problem. Remember, we need to read it, we need to think about it, and figure out what is it asking us to do. Add or subtract, and a part model is one way to help us. 10 eagles sat on a cliff. Some eagles flew away, and then there were 7 eagles on the cliff. How many eagles flew away? So it's saying a cliff is like this, the side of a mountain, kind of like this, where the mountain goes down. There are 10 eagles sitting on the cliff. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are my 10 eagles. Now, some, it's interesting, this word some, that means we don't know how many flew away. But we know after some flew away, there were 7 left. So 7 gives us the part that we know. So the total, we had 10 eagles sitting on a cliff. Some flew away, and now the other part that's left are 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are left. So this part is the part that flew away. So when we have a total, we need to subtract the part that we see. How many eagles flew away? 3 eagles. 3 eagles flew away. We have a part, and a whole. Here's another story problem. 7 turkeys were on a farm. The farmer got some more turkeys. Some, there's that word that says there's a part missing. Then the farmer had 16 turkeys. How many more turkeys did the farmer get? Let's see, he started with 7 turkeys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to use those circles to show my 7 turkeys. Then the other part that the farmer got, we don't know. They use that word some. Then the farmer had 16 turkeys. So here are the 2 parts. And the whole, the amount of turkeys that he had are 16. So that means I can take this part plus this part to get to 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus the mystery part equals 16. But another way would be to say that we know the total is 16. If I subtract the part that I see, that leaves 9. So how many turkeys did the farmer get? 9 turkeys. Let's double check that. If this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So my part and my part make the whole. See how these two are part of a fact family? 7 plus 9 equals 16, and 16 minus 7 equals 9. 9 turkeys. And here is a new one, but this time I would like you to pause or stop the video and try it by yourself, and then start the video up again to see the answer. So I'll read it to you, and then I'd like you to push pause or stop the video before you see the answer. Some frogs sat on a log. Ooh, that word some means we don't know. After 6 frogs jumped into the water, there were 5 frogs left on the log. How many frogs were on the log to begin with? I want you to pause, and I want you to see if you can figure it out on your own. And then push play and see if you got the right answer. Okay, here is how we work it out. Some frogs sat on a log. So I have 6 frogs that jumped into the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are frogs that jumped into the water. See, I'm putting those watermarks to say those are the frogs that are in the water now. After these 6 frogs jumped into the water, here are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are still on that log. So the question says, how many of the frogs were on the log before they jumped off? I see 2 parts. What we don't know is the word some. Some frogs sat on a log. Do you see the part whole model? 6 frogs jumped into the water and 5 frogs were left on the log. I see my 2 parts. If I don't have my total, I have to add up my 2 parts. That means we started with 11 frogs. Oops. Can't see that word. 11 frogs. Oh, and my story fell. Here's a new one to try. Again, I'd like you to pause the video after I read it and try to do it yourself. See if you can figure it out. Ella picked some apples. Some. Then she picked 8 more apples. Now Ella has 17 apples. How many apples did Ella pick at first? I'm going to think about this part whole. Let's see. She picked some apples. I don't know how many. Then she picked 8 more. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are the 8 apples more that she picked. Now she has 17 apples. So that just tells me the total. Can you figure out how many apples did she pick? She picked some apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We know one part of the apples that she picked was 8, but we don't know the other part. What can I do if I don't have one of my parts? I have to think about fact families. The largest number, the greatest number, and I subtract the part that I see. How many apples did Ella pick at first? 9 apples. Let's test it and be sure. If I put a 9 here, that means that 8 plus 9 needs to equal 17. I want to check that and be sure. So let's say here are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, there are lots of strategies to figure that out, but I'm going to use this one by drawing little pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the one part. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're right. These are 2 members of the fact family. If I know 17 minus 8 equals 9, then I know that 8 and 9 together equal 17. And here is a new one. There are 14 kids on the bus. 14 kids on that school bus. 7 kids are in 1st grade. The rest are in 2nd grade. How many 2nd graders are on the bus? I'd like you to pause and try making a part whole model out of that story and see if you can tell me how many 2nd graders are on that bus. Let's see if you figured it out Do I know the total? Do I know the whole? How many kids are on the bus? I know there are 14 on the bus. Of those 14, I know that 7 of them are in first grade. And all the rest, up to 14, are in second grade. So I know up to 7. These are first graders. All these 7 kids are first graders. But I want to get up to the total of 14. So let's see. Remember, this is a strategy that you can use. I could use a ruler. I could use my fingers. I could use my toes. There I am up to 14. So what I need to know, how many are second graders? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 are second graders. So what I could have done is take my total and subtract the part that I see. Or I can take the part that I see and figure out how many to get to the total. Either way, it is a subtraction problem. 14 is the total, is the greatest number in a fact family, minus 7. I'm going to subtract the part that I see. And it leaves me with 7 second graders. Okay, we have one more. And this last one, I'm going to help you get started, but I'm not going to give you the answer until tomorrow when I come back. So here it is. I'm going to show you how to start it, but then you're going to have to give me the answer tomorrow. This is a hard one. There are 28 birds in a tree. So I can kind of picture. Here's a tree, and in that tree there are 28 birds. So that's the total. 16 are blue, and the rest are red. 16 is a part. And the rest are red. How many birds are red? Here's my total of the 28 birds. Of all those 28 birds, we know one part of the birds are blue. But we don't know how many are red. When I get back tomorrow and we do our math class, we're going to start by looking at this and seeing if you could figure it out. And I bet you can. I hope everyone has a great day today. Please don't forget, when you finish watching this and doing these activities, you have a seesaw activity to do, and you have reflex and freckle. And at 10:15, you go to your specials. And at 11:45, you have to go with Miss Tapia for reading. Just because I'm not here doesn't mean you don't have your other classes today. You're going to go with Miss Tapia at 11:45 for reading class. No se olviden a las 11:45 al Zoom de Miss Tapia para la lectura. Ok, nos vemos mañana. Bye, honey buns.